Hello and welcome back to another episode of Build and Banter. This is a series where we try to build and we banter about various topics. We're going to read the comments from last episode and then get to our new top 5 for this episode. But before we do that, we're going to introduce the special guest. Back by popular demand is Mrs. Smackbrain. Say hello.
Hello.
And visiting for a very special guest is Smackbrain Jr. Say hello.
Hey, guys.
Okay, so we've got a family affair here. We're going to record our episode while we're in the town of, I believe it's called Magliva. We're trying to get to Guglova. And I know I'm saying all these names wrong, but I'm doing the best I can. So what we're going to do is read the comments for last episode before we do our new one. And the last episode we said our top 5 childhood cereals. Right, so I'm going to let Miss Smackbrain start it off. And can you read the comment there while I start looting away?
Okay. At Tin Man says, having a stepdad that worked at General Mills, my cereals were Honey Nut Cheerios, Cinnamon Toast Crunch Trix, Wheaties, and Frankenberry. So those were his favorites.
Okay, keep going.
And then at Java? My mom only allowed Cheerios and cornflakes in the house. However, on vacations, they could pick up Kellogg's single-serving variety packs to eat in the hotel room, and that was just heaven.
Hey, do you remember those little the little boxes? They used to serve them at schools. I don't know if they do anymore.
You can buy them at the grocery store.
Oh, okay. Okay, what's next?
At A Quiet Monk, let's see. His favorites are number 1, Weetabix. I never heard of that. 2, Frosties. 3, Alpen. 4, Sugar Puffs. And 5, cornflakes. And at Sawsome Gaming. Cereals as a kid. He doesn't eat them anymore. Neither do I. 5 is Fruit Loops. 4 is Cinnamon Toast Crunch. 3 is Trix. 2 is Honey Nut Cheerios. And 1 is Captain Crunch, which is one of my favorites. At Reactive Games, he says that he's not a big cereal guy, but he does like Lucky Charms, Reese's Puffs, Captain Crunch, Fruity Pebbles, and the cookie one. Cookie?
Yeah, I think you're talking about Cookie Crisps.
Cookie Crisp. Okay. Those are the ones that look like little cookies, I guess.
I like those too.
Yeah, those are good. Let's see.
I think that was all our
I
comments.
think that was it.
Okay, so that's all the comments from last episode. Thank you very much. Now, for this episode, what we're going to do is our top 5 villains/antagonists that you secretly agree with. All right? Now, I think, Smackbrain Jr., how did the young kids word it? What did you say? The low, what did you call it?
That they were low-key right.
The low-key right. Now, if you have any idea what that means, please let me know. I have no idea what low-key right means. What, you know what that means?
Yes.
What is low-key right?
Low key, like on the down low, like they're right.
Okay, so I am not cool enough to understand this lingo, but apparently everyone else does. So the top 5 villains that were low-key right. Now, what I'm going to do, since we have 3 of us here, I'm going to continue looting away, and I'm going to let y'all do y'all's and go from 5 to number 1, and you can just alternate back and forth. And then I do have 2 that I'll jump in at the very end, and because I didn't do all 5, but I have at least 2 that I want to bring in there.
Okay.
All right, so who's going to go first?
You can go.
All right, I'll start with my number 5. So my number 5 is actually the Fireflies from Last of Us. Mainly thinking about the game, but I do really like the series as well. And their whole shtick was they were just trying to find a cure for the virus, and they would do whatever it takes to get that cure. So some of it was a little bit questionable, and at the end it made you really rethink the main character's motives as well. So that was my number 5.
Hey, jumping in, I think this, when we released this episode, The Last of Us Season 2 had already aired. It airs Sunday.
I'm trying not to give any spoilers here as well, so.
Okay, my number 5 is for all you Vampire Diary fans. And I actually listed that as one of my favorite series too. Damon Salvatore, he was the bad guy in Vampire Diaries, but I don't know. Some of you won't know what I mean, but he met her first. He did. He met her first, and he wiped off her memory of him. So he was really a good guy deep down inside. Anyway, you really have to watch it if you haven't watched it. It's a really good show. It's kind of geared towards young adults, but I mean, it's really good. It's got a good storyline.
Are you sure it's not just because he's incredibly good looking?
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. Who are we talking about? I was looting. I wasn't listening to you.
Damon Salvatore.
Oh, the Vampire Diaries. Yeah. The guy with the good looking eyes. Come on, like I even think he has pretty eyes. Come on.
Yeah, he's got piercing blue eyes. Yes,
That's not an opinion, that's a fact.
it's a fact. Yeah, he is. He is. Anyway, he's my top. He's my number 5. So.
Actually, he was on Lost. By
Yes,
the
he
way.
was on Lost as well. I don't know what character because I never watched Lost, but he was on Lost. Okay, number 4.
So my number 4, it's a little bit different. I'm sure Smackbrain here and Miss Smackbrain haven't, seen this, but it's from an actual anime. It's Light Yagami from Death Note, also known as Kira. So his whole goal here is to basically rid the world of criminals, and then somehow becomes a criminal himself. The total premise of the show is that he can write somebody's name down in a notebook, and once he writes it and tears off the page, they die within a certain amount of time, and they have a heart attack. And so he targets criminals in order to rid the world of evil. But in turn, he kind of goes a little crazy with that power. It's a pretty interesting show.
Okay, must be a millennial thing.
I watched it when I was young.
Okay,
With great power becomes
great responsibility.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, my number 4 is
Oh, make sure you get into the mic. There you
what?
go.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
sorry. My number 4 is Clyde Shelton on Law Abiding Citizen. I'm sorry, but somebody kills your whole family, you have every right in the whole world to go after them and do what he did. That's just my opinion.
Okay, so give a quick for people who had not seen that. What is that movie about?
Okay, well, at the very beginning, it shows his family. It was a home invasion, and his family was murdered. And they thought he murdered him as well, but he was still alive. And they did a whole court thing, and it's something he got they were like, how many guys were there? 3 or 4? Anyway, they all got off. They got off on technicalities, and he went around, and he basically dealt out his own vigilante justice. So, yeah, and I don't blame him one bit.
Okay, next one.
All right, so this is my number 3 here. Another animated film, a kid's show actually. The Incredibles Syndrome, the main bad guy from that show. His whole shtick was to expose like the superhero elitism, and it doesn't work out well for him. He becomes the main villain, causing a lot of trouble for Mr. Incredible and his family. Great show. Watched it as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that. Have I seen that? Did I
The
watch it?
Incredibles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so.
I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Did I like it? I like The Incredibles.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, what number y'all on?
We're on 3.
Okay.
I'm okay. My number 3 is Snape on the Harry Potter movies. He came off as a bad guy, at least when I was watching the movies. But towards the end, and if you haven't watched it, you may want to leave because it might be a spoiler. But he ended up being not a bad guy. And he was just hopelessly in love with Harry Potter's mom. So, yeah, he came off he was a good guy.
All right, Harry Potter. That's probably one of your favorite series watching as a kid, right?
Oh yeah, I've read all the books. I remember my grandmother actually got me into it.
Yeah.
She would buy me the books, and I read them all.
And who took you to almost
my mom-
every single movie?
My mom would take me to every single movie except for the second one. I actually saw that one, by myself. because it was scary, right?
Wow.
It had the big snake in there. But most of them you did take me. That was a good time.
Okay, so number 2.
Number 2. So my number 2 is Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones. And he's kind of portrayed as a bad guy, but he really does everything for his family, right? And he kind of rules with an iron fist. When he's in charge, like, nothing seems to go wrong. And then once things happen, I don't want to give any spoilers, but things start to fall apart, right? Once he's no longer in charge. So he kind of comes across as a bad guy, but he's really doing everything for his family. He's protecting his family.
That is a very good one because you're right. There was not near as many problems when he was handed the king.
That's right.
Remember that? Okay.
Okay, number 2. I guess I will go first. My number 2 is off of Karate Kid. Johnny Lawrence. Now, I watched it as a very young person for the first time, and I always thought, oh my gosh, he's such a bully. But now, as an adult, I look back and I'm like, wait a minute. Johnny Lawrence wasn't that bad. Maybe Danny was the actual bad guy. Sorry, my dog is
We got the puppy in here. He's coughing up a fur ball, I think. Wait, I didn't know dogs had fur balls. Oh, okay. Well, our dog seems to have fur balls.
Anyway, like, Danny stole Johnny's girlfriend, and I don't know. I've seen YouTube videos and stuff where people think that Johnny was actually the good guy, and Danny was actually the bully. So, yeah.
Well, that's definitely true. In the original 80s, you definitely didn't think that. But in the remake, where they just done the, Cobra Kai remake on Netflix, everybody roots for Johnny in that one.
Yes.
All right, so were you still on number 2 still?
Yeah, he's on.
I'm on 1 now.
No, you didn't do number 2.
That was my Tywin Lannister.
Oh, so you're, he started first.
Oh,
okay, so you're on
So
number 1.
My number 1 is going to be Dexter Morgan, off of Dexter. Basically a serial killer. You wouldn't normally root for a serial killer, but he murders bad people. So I know that that's probably not good.
It's usually frowned upon to murder people, yes.
Yeah, just like the guy from Law Abiding Citizen. But I guess if you're going to, he was going to be a serial killer no matter what. So I guess murdering bad people is probably a better outlet than just murdering random people. So.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. I think, he had an outlet for his urges. So I think that he definitely was not as bad as...
It's his dark passenger.
Yes, his dark passenger. I think he tried really hard, and deep down inside, he was a good person.
All right, and your number 1?
My number 1 is Magneto from X-Men. So he basically wanted to stop human oppression of mutants. So it was very... every time I found out about Magneto's goals and why he was doing what he was doing, kind of made me stop and think, yeah, he's kind of right? Like, if you saw in the movies how humans treated the mutants, you'd probably be on his side too.
That is a good one. Magneto and Professor X, they were like enemies but best friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Magneto was... Oh, look, I found worn gloves. Okay, sorry. Oh, I got pristine gloves on already. All right, so that's... all of y'all are done? Okay, I'm going to jump in. So I have 2 that I want to list. Let me... Oh, no, what does I do? I'm talking to nobody. All right. We've been looting, and my inventory is full, so I'm carrying this backpack because I need more loot room. That's the problem with this game is you run out of room. Okay, I have 2 of them. I don't have 5. I have 2. One of them is from Game of Thrones, and it is the White Walkers. What was the Night King and the White Walkers? You want to know the reason I root for them? Because the entire series, it was about them, and then when they got eliminated, the show went downhill to nothing. It was so boring after the White Walkers were gone. So the White Walk and all those people in the Game of Thrones universe were horrible people. The White Walkers should have took them over. So they're a villain that I secretly agree with. They probably should have took over. What was the name of them? Westeros? Okay. Number 1 for me is Thanos. Okay. Thanos was right. He was just trying to balance the universe. It was overpopulated. There was too many people. It was not fair. Thanos was right because look, when they got rid of Thanos, things just go in chaos. They would have just let Thanos do his thing. Everything would have been fine. We might not have had Spider-Man and some other people might have disappeared, but it would have been okay. All right. That is our topic for this week of Build and Banter. So leave in the comments, what is your top 5 villains or antagonists that you secretly agree with?
Loki.
Oh, is that an honorable mention? Did you have him on your list?
No, Loki.
I thought you said low key.
I thought you said Loki. You said Loki.
No, like low key.
Okay.
Loki too,
Yeah,
'cause he's
but
good looking too.
Low key was he was definitely an honorable mention
Why is he an honorable mention?
because he's cute.
Because he's cute. So that was the criteria. No.
Because he was always living in his brother's shadows, and towards the end, I think he.
Yeah, I know. So like, who cares about Chris Hemsworth? It's all about Loki. Low key. Oh my gosh. Also leave in the comments, have you ever heard what they're talking about? Loki. All right. Not low key, but low key.
Like low key.
Okay, like Loki. All right, that's it. Leave in the comments, and we'll see you next on the next episode of Build and Banner. Say bye.
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 Like, subscribe, and get notified.